Councilmember Cash is here. Councilmember Hall. I saw Councilmember Hancock.
Present.
Councilmember Johnston. I think I saw Councilmember Pulley.
I'm here.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Roberts. I think I saw Councilmember Swope.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. And I saw Councilmember Withers. How about Councilmember Young? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 of 10. Ms. Zeitlin, is that good, or do we need one more?
That is a quorum for committees.
Okay, thanks.
At least half of the appointed committee members.
Okay, great. And I'll keep watching to see if anybody else shows up. Let me read, or can I get somebody to read the motion from the governor's executive order? Does anybody have that in front of them, or is it okay if I read it?
So you can read it, or I'm happy to read it, and somebody else can make the motion off of that.
I got it right here, and if I can get Vice Chair Hancock to make the motion after I read it. Pursuant to Governor Lee's executive order number 78 regarding electronic meetings, I make a motion that this committee meeting agenda constitutes essential business of the Metropolitan Council, and that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak.
So moved.
Thank you. Second? All right, let me do, let me go ahead and do a voice vote, and then I'll call the names if it works that way. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, I've got that, and I vote aye. Cash, Hancock, Pulley, Swope, and Withers supported the motion.
Sledge is here as well, Chair.
Okay, and Councilman Sledge as well. So that makes it
Thank you.
6-0. Thanks. All right, we have one item on our agenda, and it is a bill of 2021-618 by O'Connor, Welsh, Allen, and Swara, and it provides for the waiver of certain building permit fees for the repair or rebuilding of property damaged as a result of the December 25th, 2020 blast.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. And do we have a sponsor in the house to discuss? I mean, basically, it's waiving some fees. I believe it's like if there's any sidewalk fee, it's waiving that, and building permit fees, so that we can build 2nd Avenue back. I know I've been thankful that folks have been really respectful of the historic aspect of 2nd Avenue and wanting to protect and rebuild to that. Is there a sponsor here? Oh, and I've got a proposed amendment. Sorry. But we don't have any sponsors, and I don't believe that I've gotten a letter. But let me look.
This is Hannah Zeitlin. I was going to say, another option would be if there's anyone on the committee that would like to sign on to the legislation and act as a sponsor.
I'd be glad to do that, Councilman Cash.
Thank you. Awesome. I'm happy to as well.
You heard from the sponsors that they want to move the bill forward?
Well, I've gotten a note that there's a proposed amendment, but let me pull that up. So we might need to move the amendment.
I think Councilman O'Connell is trying to call in right now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take a minute to pull my amendments packet up.
And this is Hannah Zeitlin. I can explain the amendment. It's just basically a typo fix. The wrong section. It was section 1720.020, and it should have been section 1720.120.
Okay. Can I get a motion to move the amendment?
So moved.
All right,
Second.
Any discussion on the amendment? Sounds pretty straightforward. All right, all in favor of the amendment?
Aye.
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 Any opposed to the amendment? So voting in, or any abstentions? So voting in favor of the amendment, we've got Councilmember Sledge, Councilmember Cash, Councilmember Hancock. I see Councilmember Johnston is here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And Councilmember Pulley voted in favor, Councilmember Swope, Councilmember Withers. All right, so now we've amended the bill, and I think it's already been placed in motion. Is there any discussion on the bill?
I'd just like to state that this is important relief for the people that were impacted by the bombing. So we feel it's an important bill to pass because of that.
Absolutely. I think it's fair with something that happened through no fault of their own. And I'm glad that folks are coming together and raising money and bringing attention to the need to rebuild. And I think Metro waiving these fees is certainly the least we can do to help rebuild. All right, any other discussion? All right, all those in favor of BL 2021-618?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, so I've got voting in the affirmative. I've got Sledge, Cash, Hancock, Johnston, Pulley, Swope, and Withers. Is that correct? All right, thank you very much. So we recommend approval 7-0 on that. And that's all I have. And I will see you on the next. I think we got in this room, education is next. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.